I'll move this blanket out of the way. Little details. I'll undrape to the knee and then figure out from there, right? So from here, up, and bring this up. Nice and secure. Oh, and now we know why Chris has tight hip flexors. Do you see this external rotation?
Yep.
Yeah. So if I have somebody on my table that they're like this, which is a lot of people, before I do anything, I'm going to do a big internal stretch.
So that's what I was going to say. Like, because I felt the need to adjust. Like, I felt like that was just my natural position.
Yeah,
right?
stay in your natural position because that's reflective of what muscles are tight, right? So I'm stand nice big.
Gives you more information as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course. And sometimes you can't help it anyways. Like you could try all you wanted and then 2 seconds later it would go back just because that's how your muscles are.
There's nothing wrong with you.
No. That's just everybody. So that's coming from here. It's coming from these guys, glutes, upper glute, hip flexor, all yanking everything back. That's what it's coming from. So,
Tight.
no big deal. But you see it helped a tiny bit.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to like necessarily fix, but that helps me get his like back into the position I need it to be, so I can do my work. It also gives him a nice hip stretch, and also something for us to talk about when he gets off the table. Hey, remember when I flipped you over? Yeah, your hips are really tight, and now he knows. Oh, that's here's some stuff you can do for that. Okay, and because we're this is the tighter side of the thigh. So I'm going to work this more than I will the inner thigh. He doesn't, his inner thighs are fine. They might not be fine, but right now they're not the problem child. So I'm going to use physics. And
Oh, that's cool.
this is tight right here, so I'm hanging out for a little bit more.
Can you guys see? Okay.
And I'm barely using, I'm like not working that much.
Okay.
No. I'm just encouraging. A lot of times, so we're going to do like postural assessments and like gait assessments. We're going to do all of that. And we're going to use it more as information, not I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Because my job's not to fix anyways.
Yes.
I love staying more in the position of just encouraging your body back to anatomical position.
Yeah.
But not shoving anything, not obsessing over it, not thinking that if I fix this, all of your other problems will go away. Because that's just not how pain works in the body.
Yeah.
So I could fix this and you still have low back pain.
Right.
Because maybe something's weak
Right.
and needs to get stronger. Maybe like that his body is just likes to be in pain, because that's a thing too. Your body can just, that's a comfort. But I like to kind of encourage things back to anatomical position. Yeah. Remind the body. So we did that. You can do more IT band stuff with a flat palm hooked into the hip. IT band can be tender on some people. It's also a big, thick tendon, which doesn't have a lot of blood flow and really is not involved in stretching. It doesn't stretch. They did research on cadavers and they used machines to try to stretch people's IT bands, dead people's IT bands. They weren't using them anymore. But they only, even if cadaver ones, they only got like a couple of centimeters. It's not supposed to stretch. It's as strong as steel. It's a support structure for your knee.
Right.
It's to help you keep things in.
So what is our goal in the compression?
Feels good.
Okay.
It is compression. So it is asking for some hydration, asking
Okay.
for some blood flow. It's more affecting vastus lateralis, which is the quad muscle right underneath IT band.
Okay.
Also, IT band is the tendon for TFL and glute med. So hopefully on this client, if they came to me and they're, you know, we're working on their hips or whatever, hopefully I've worked glute med. And I'll give you a little teaser for TFL just because we've got a perfect specimen. So yeah, reminding the body what it's supposed to, how it's supposed to be. Great. We can do right on top. Sometimes this muscle right on top will roll right at the top because it's like a teardrop shaped muscle. It's a round muscle. So you try to put a flat pressure on top of a round muscle, it might roll. It doesn't hurt the person, and more surprises people. Don't get surprised because it's a normal thing. I also will go more on the meaty side of my here because this can be tender up in here.
Okay.
And then just like on the back, we can do some petrissage here. So this time I like to go on, give myself space for rectus femoris, which is this big teardrop shaped muscle on the top of the thigh. So I'll leave some space between the knuckles here.
So you're not going directly on that muscle.
I'm just gonna go because there's not like a line or anything. And that's maybe a little too much pinpoint pressure. Or I'm just wrong about everything. I like, you can also, because it's much more round on the top here than flat, you can get your hands around it and use your thumbs for some petrissage. I'm going to be careful about my fingers on the inner thigh, and when I get close enough to the sheet, I like to pin it, just for both of our safety and protection. Good, and then the knee. And then you have this kneecap here. So the kneecap is mobile. You can move it. You should be able to move it. If you can't, their quads are too tight. But especially after you did the quads. So move your person's patella. I don't do this in all my massages, but I like you can feel it.
Good.
It feels nice. I do like to lift up on the patella, like traction it a little bit. So, but you can do some pretty deep pressure and friction on this upper tendon. Help release the quads. It is tight right there. You can see that in the skin even. And then you can do some friction below the patella. Yeah. And then that's pretty much all I'll do on the knee, but anything you do on the knee, it's a lot of skin, fascia, not a ton of muscle right here, but it feels good. So, especially if they've had like knee surgeries or that stuff. Okay, lower leg. So we have these two muscles on the back. The lower leg, we have the peroneals, or what we call now the fibularis muscles here on the side. They do this. And then we have, crap, it's been a while.
Don't look at me.
So the tibialis anterior, it came to me, I had to find my file folder. Tibialis anterior, here, that crosses and hooks into the foot here and does this. And then we have some really deep muscles here that go in and feed the foot. So really, the bulk of the tension on the lower leg is on the outside. So externally rotated people, I do like to internally rotate a little bit so that I can get my angle. And just do a nice myofascial on the outside and up to the fibula right here. So this is the head of the fibula right there. Okay. You can So here's the tibia. There's no muscle right on top of the tibia. This is all bone. Bone and skin, right next to it. That's where we dip off, and that's muscle. And these muscles, there's a connective tissue strip here that anchors all these muscles. So again, I just want to create more space. I'm just drawing a line and trying to encourage this bulk that way. Yeah. So that's really all I do. You can come up and do some pet dressage if you want. And then I'll hook my fingers into the calcaneal tendon on the back, pull up through the heel, brace here, lean back, little hip stretch. I can also do some more internal rotation if I want. So internal rotation and then down to lengthen out that side of the leg. It's looking better.
Yeah.
Okay, bottom of the foot. So I do feet twice, like I said. This is my foot routine when they're supine. I take my hands and I'm gonna do this with my fingers. I'm just gonna draw up a line right in the middle of the foot. And I'm gonna draw a line in between each toe. So starting over here, I draw this line up here, and I'm drawing a line all the way to the toes. So all the way past this front. Into the toe joint. So I'm not stopping here at the transverse arch.
Right.
I'm going to go into it.
Okay.
Because that's how the bones on the foot do.
What are your fingers? Are your tools?
Yeah, carbon. The more, is that all right? Is that second tab?
It feels like when I do the tennis ball.
Yeah, nice. When you get closer to the toes, it's thicker. You might feel some crunchies, just depending on how mobile their foot is. And then I'm going to do this. I don't know what I would call this, massage. And I'm going to massage the foot. And I'm really, just both hands are like duck grip. Like I'm just squeezing like this. And I like to move the foot a lot. Our feet, another soapbox. Our feet were designed for 25 movements, and we do 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of the muscles of the foot are really weak. They're also like, the joints get stuck because they don't get moved. So I like to move the foot a lot. Just a nice popping and cracking as things warm up. Good. And then I'll do some toes. So on the front of the foot, I'll do some friction here. Again, trying to get the foot more mobile. Yeah.
And you're just going in between the bones?
Just in between the toes, yeah. Just trying to spread them out.
Tarsal or?
Metatarsals, phalanges. Yeah, and then I'm just going to do some traction. Boop. Squeeze and pull. Don't have to do much. Some people hate that, but they'll tell you.
Please don't pop my toes.
I've never met anyone that's not like, and I really hate you, like, they'll tell you. Please don't pull my toes. Okay, that's fine. And then especially right here, I like to roll, just get things moving. Even in with a nice stretch. Here, again, I'm lazy, so I'm setting my hand, and then I'm just leaning. Got 200 pounds of body weight, I might as well use it, right?
Yep.